Hi guys, lesson 2 on linear equations. I'm so excited. It's everybody's favorite from last year in geometry, the distance formula and the slope formula. So this should be great. Should be a little review for you guys. So I have the distance formula here. Remember, distance is finding the length of a segment. Can you find the length of a line? No, you can't because it goes on forever. So distance is finding the length of a segment. Specifically in our case, coordinates will be given for the two endpoints. And I usually start by labeling the two coordinates as x1, y1, x2, and y2. Now it doesn't matter which point is x1, y1, x2, y2 as long as you know they come as a pair, x and y, x and y. Now, we first start by writing the big square root symbol down. If we don't write it down, that would be bad. And then we're going to go and we're going to take our x2, which is -6, and subtract from it our x1, which is -1. Now, all you animals out there that don't like to use a calculator or use your calculator and type it in wrong, sometimes it's easy to think about this instead, because really that is -6 plus 1 squared there. Continuing on, I've got my 8 minus 3 for my difference in my y values in the back. I'm going to add those together. That gives me 5 squared. And if I continue here, I've got -6 and 1. That's -5 squared. Isn't this fun? I know some people will type this on their calculator wrong because they'll forget to use the parentheses when they square that negative. Remember, whenever you square a number, it turns into a positive. So that's 25 and 25. Wow, square root of 50. And since everybody paid attention the first semester, first quarter with Mrs. Warner, you know how to simplify the radical. So radical 50 is really the square root of 25 times 2. And since 25 is our perfect square friend, he's going to jump outside of the radical. And now that answer in simplified radical form is 5 radical 2. That was fun. Should we do another one just to practice and make sure? Find the distance between -1, 4 and -1, -2. I'm going to label them below here, x1, y1, x2, y2. Square root of -1 minus -1. Wow, that's a lot of negatives. Plus -2 minus 4 squared. So really, in this first part, the difference in the x's is -1 plus 1 squared. Well, that's going to be crazy because you guys know that that's really 0 squared. And this will turn into -6 squared, which is positive 36. Well, the 0 doesn't matter, so I have square root of 36, which is 6. I didn't have to simplify my radical. That was fun. Okay, let's move on to the back. We love some slope, right? Slope is rise over run, or our change in y over change in x. Don't be that crazy person that puts the x's on the top of the equation. That would be wrong. It's rise over run, and the y-axis is the one that rises. So I'm going to take my 3 and subtract -4 in this first example. And then I subtract -3. That's because this is y1, x2, y2. 3 minus -4 turns it into 3 plus 4, so that's 7. And 2 minus -3 is positive 5, because 2 plus 3 is 5. That was great. Leave it as a fraction. Slope is a fraction. It's 7/5. Rise up 7, run 5. Okay. x1, y1, x2, y2. So 2 minus 2, -3 minus 4. Oh, shoot. There's a 0 on the top. Well, guess what, folks? 0 divided by -7 is 0. So this slope of this line is 0. Guess what? If you have a slope of 0, look at my nice axes I drew. You are going straight across. You are a horizontal line, like the line y = 3. or y equals -5. Because they're horizontal, they're not rising any, but they are running a lot. So their slope is 0. And then our vertical lines have a slope that is undefined. Remember my little fun slope face. If it's a positive slope, it goes to the right. Negative slope goes up and down, undefined, and straight across has a slope of 0. That's fun. Okay, it says find the coordinates of 2 points on the given line, 4x plus 5y equals 20, and use those coordinates to find the slope. I can do this because I did lesson 1. So I'm going to find my x-intercept, and I'm going to find my y-intercept. Remember when I put the x-intercept as the y equal to 0? So this is 4x plus 5 times 0 equals 20. 4x equals 20, or x is 5. So this point is 5, 0. To find the y-intercept, I'm going to set the x equal to 0. So 4 times 0 minus 5y is 20, or negative 5y equals 20, or y is negative 4 is 0, negative 4. Now with my 2 coordinates, I can do the slope. So if I go negative 4 minus the 0 and 0 minus 5, my slope is negative 4 over negative 5, but that would look weird if I wrote it with 2 negatives, so it's really 4/5. That was so fun. Let's see what we have next. Graph a line that passes through the given point and has the given slope. Piece of cake. So I'm going to plot the point 3, 1. So I'm going to start at this point. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, and up 1. Now, from that point, I'm going to rise 2 and run 3. That's because this slope is 2/3, and that's my rise over my run. Now, I could do that again, rise up 2, run 3, or I could go down 2 and over 3 this way, and here's my line. That was so fun. Shall we try another one? Over 1, down 4, starting point. Uh-oh, my slope is -3, but I should put that over 1 because it's got to be a fraction. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, and over 1. Or I can go up 1, 2, 3, and over 1. Woo, look at that. Super fun. And I know this is correct because it has a negative slope. And according to my little slope face up here, if it has a negative slope, it better point off to the left. Well, that concludes notes for lesson 2. I'm sure you enjoyed them. Have a fabulous day and have a good time doing that homework. Don't forget to submit your answers in Go Formative.